Hello, welcome to Team Fortress TV. You're joining me and Getawhale with John on camera for a double bill of Epsilon tonight. First up is the run to the litter, Danger Dogs. Currently bottom of Prem, only having played one game and losing it to Lego. They will need several miracles, maybe about 18 miracles, if they want to get any points tonight, as they are also playing two games. So we're going to go to the first one, Epsilon against Danger Dogs. Epsilon with a Merkin for Flippy. It's going to be Forsaken, so not really too much of a quality loss. And they still have, obviously, the 6th Sniper. Getawhale, how many of these players do you know?
All of them. I've been living in a gamer house with actually all 12 of them for the past 6 months. I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. You should have asked me how I was doing yesterday. That was more interesting. But no, I mean, obviously, I was asking before we went live here in terms of the mercs, because I'm not too familiar. I haven't seen a lot of Forsaken or Shocky. We didn't mention as well Shocky playing, but yeah, I know them. I know players. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I know what we're doing.
Okay.
We're bros. We're all friends here. No, I certainly. Maybe this will be the start of the miracles for Danger Dogs. You can't say it yet. You can't say it until it happens. They've only played 2 maps.
Okay, so a cautious optimist right now.
I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, you know?
I'm sure after a mid or two, that benefit will be long gone.
Well, I'm looking at Saloon TF and Epsilon are about 90 to 10, so I think that tells the story on this one. That's
pretty good for Danger Dogs as well, at 10%.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's stacked, so if Danger Dogs get a single point, like even one golden cap loss,
right,
they actually, if you bet on them, you would win.
Yeah.
So, maybe, I mean, I think it's Snakewater Gully Wash?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember back now, because this is week 2? Week 2.
I think this is considered 2, yeah.
This is, yeah, as in the traditional numbering system.
Right.
And I believe they're going live already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be Epsilon on the blue team. Forsaken and Shocky, both technically mercs. Forsaken more so a merc than the other one. Danger Dogs on red. Snakewater will be up first. Go into the mid. Tell me what you see, Getawhale.
Looking at Tech, I'm watching Tech. I've got a good feeling about Tech. In the blue, of course, for Epsilon. And second one to jump in, the Scout and Soldiers taken up above. Lots of jumps. This is Snakewater, Calho up high. We have as well no frags going down yet. Here comes Zoob with his jump, and he gets denied. Nice play by the Scouts, but a bit of height advantage for the boys at Danger Dogs right now, but kind of the mini mid-re push here from Epsilon, who are going to kind of come in and with a 2-player advantage really easily take the mid. Both Scouts went down for Danger Dogs. Everyone else still up.
Yeah, they kind of got a decent position, Danger Dogs, but they just didn't have the health, so as soon as Epsilon started moving forward, they just couldn't hold on to that ground they'd gained. And now it's the Epsilon coming straight through Storeroom, going to pick off the demo, and they're probably getting a CP2 without using a tool. When there is a soldier going in somewhere, he's going to kill Mike. That's going to change not a lot, really, as Epsilon are still going to want to take this in off those 2 picks. We do have Razor's Edge on Sniper defensively. Numlock's going super deep straight away. He's going to get headshot. I think they're playing for the Force. Some may actually get the drop instead. Tech's last rocket hits him square in the nose, and Ski just going to have to leave that Uber where he was standing. And now they're just going to double scout Uber through lobby. Zoom gets to Force off pretty early.
Nice.
The Scouts are going to try and stack point now, but they're coming in to block it. And now the spawns are coming and the heavies up, and it looks like Dogs might have held. That heavy's on 1 HP. He will go down to the pistol, but he's done enough. Though Epsilon still look keen to go. Forsaken's gotten in unseen, gets the medic down to low. The combined spam and Epsilon DMing this, but the heavy, another heavy has come out on the field. Trying to mow people down, but he's focused down as well. And Epsilon are just taking their time, one player after another, padding their logs. I'm going to take a quick first round.
Big stats. I don't hate Danger Dogs yet. I mean, it was a good shot. They came in and they forced the Uber real good, but I mean, Epsilon just obviously stuck with it, and it was kind of maybe already written in the stars, but Yeah, we'll see. I want to look on the side of the Danger Dogs and see what they're looking at. I want to look at Zoob, who we just spoke about, who forced off the Epsilon Uber. I mean, it sounds good on paper. You force the Uber, that's a good thing, right? Zoob's going to stay down low right off the top. He kind of beefed the jump a little bit, didn't quite jump off the correct polygon there, and a little rush in from the scouts on the side of Epsilon, and I think the Danger Dogs guys are going to have to back out, especially losing Kratos going down and Kala down as well. Razor's Edge going to come in, see if he can get a key target, but he gets very quickly overwhelmed. And again, another mid here for Epsilon, keeping both medics up though still, and so they will both have the Rubers, at least. Not total disaster.
It looked good for a fraction of a second when they were all trying to kill that soldier that was on him, and Kratos was walking forward on point, but then Tech took him down. And with Kratos losing that presence, they lost everything. And now the soldier is super high. He's just going to try and save him, but misses the arrow. And Viva's actually forced out here. Nox is just getting his now. They do get 2 picks on Mike and Forsaken, so they can maybe do something. And Epsilon didn't cap through any of that. Just those 2 players going really deep for the force. And now the 4 remaining Epsilon players are going to try and walk in. Scout launch towards the medic. Soldier comes bombing in. Nox is going to pop it off. Zoob's going to beautifully skip jump out of there. And this Epsilon Uber is wasted.
Yeah, I mean, certainly almost wondering if Epsilon here are kind of getting ahead of themselves and kind of making that classic error where you kind of, you say, oh, we're gonna roll this match, this will be no problem, and you, all of a sudden you come forward, you drop 2 or 3 players, and the other team's pushing. But I mean, it's Epsilon versus Danger Dogs, CX. Let's not get crazy here.
Let's save some of the hype of the second game. Yeah, let's not burn ourselves out on this, you know.
Yeah, no off clusters, no nothing here. Just waiting for maybe a clean push. Both medics working on their Uber. Slight advantage on the side of Danger Dogs, but they're not going to try anything crazy here, I don't think.
Yeah, Epsilon playing it nice and safe, building well out of harm's way. Wait until they get that last 10% of Uber. Then I imagine Epsilon are going to be playing, they're going to feel confident, you know, they know they're a better team than Danger Dogs on paper. So I imagine they're just going to take the Uber straight in. Or maybe they're going to try a force play again. It looks like Mike's on a one-man mission, he catches all the stickies, goes flying in the air, he drops Skeege! That was outrageous!
2 for 2 on the drops. That was very impressive, and it didn't look good to me. I'm looking at almost an empty health bar in the air. Anyway, here comes the Uber all the same. They're going to try to focus someone down. Nobody to shoot right now. A couple of the players kind of scattered around for Danger Dogs. A lot of action up on top of the shed. Nobody on the point yet, and this last point presence might just kind of run out here for Epsilon. They've still got 3 up, but that's not their push.
I was just watching chat to wait until they saw that drop from Mike, as Danger Dogs are actually going to take that successful defense and try and roll it forward. Mikey Adams able to trade with Zoob up in Chi, and Danger Dogs are getting themselves back onto CP2. Maybe the miracles are going to start now. I mean, that drop from Skeege was certainly a miracle from Mike. Yeah. Like 20 HP or something in the air as he rides for sticky trap in. It just lands perfectly on him.
Well, wondering
incredible.
If we're going to just be watching Epsilon versus themselves here, if the only mistakes are going to be maybe made by them, and Danger Dogs have to just wait for the Epsilon mistakes, maybe, but we have a big fight here in mid, and finally the Uber popped off. Wow. Still, Nox went down in the middle of all that. Kratos took down Nox. I didn't catch it, but at any rate here, this looks real good on mid. They still got to win this fight here and seal it out, and Mike again waiting for an ambush here. He's in a sneaky mood, that Mike.
Yeah, he's feeling confident. He is currently 100% on drops.
Yeah,
like drop attempts.
Yeah, looking for the perfect game, you know?
yeah. Every bomb results in a drop. Full 30 minutes. And now we see Danger Dogs obviously taking down Nox, maintains their Uber advantage, and then going off. They're feeling confident. No Uber required, but Zoob's going to take a ton of damage. Kratos is taking damage as well, and they're just going to have to back it up. They lose Tonmas, but that's not actually too many. Maybe they're going to lose the scout. No, they all get out, except for Tonmas. Going to regroup, and they nearly have that Uber. They could just walk it into him here. Epsilon do have quite a few bodies close, and they're actually forced by Mike. No drops, the drop percentage is ruined. And now we see a scout trying to take down Kratos, but Forsaken's low. He's fighting everyone. The scouts are coming back in. Shocky takes over, combines with Tech and takes him down. And we're just going to see Danger Dogs have to give up a gun on this one as we go into a pause.
Yeah, I wonder if that might have been part of the fight there. I was wondering when I saw Danger Dogs players trying to push into second there, is there such thing as a one-man sack against Epsilon? I'm just seeing their focus fire is so strong right now that I just very quickly converged on the sack there. Is it even Is it worth your while to even try sacking one player in?
I don't know, maybe if you're Mike. Unfortunately, Mike is on the Epsilon roster.
Other team,
so, yeah.
Seems like they're on their game, Epsilon, though. I mean, I'm seeing them converge and focus fire really, really well, which is scary.
Yes. Obviously, it does them good. Epsilon go in back-to-back, week 2, week 3 officials tonight as well. And looking at what we have left here, obviously, big Uber advantage for Nox, so I imagine we're going to want to go straight in with this as soon as the unpause comes in.
He's without Mike, though, which is worth noting. A little bit of heals to get out. Not everybody fully kind of buffed, so give it a second, and I'm sure they'll be coming in. And Zoob and Razor's Edge are down. Zoob's kind of the player that I'm watching to possibly be a difference maker on the side of Danger Dogs. Would you agree with that, or? Yeah,
Zoob is certainly one of the sort of, I guess, fair standout players. Zoob's obviously played in a lot of teams, quite often around low prem, but lots of people, he could definitely do better. I think he had now half a season with Reason on Roma.
Yeah.
Pre-LAN before he got cut because he could not actually attend LAN, so they brought in Mike. But there's it's not that disrespectful to get cut for Mike.
No, I'll take that. Can't do anything about it.
So yeah, I think he will, and I think I like how Danger Dogs are playing. Do you know what I mean? They're taking the fight. They're trying some non-Ubered pushes. I mean, that one didn't work out. Epsilon's focus fire was too good, but they're showing some confidence. They're not just rolling over, asking Epsilon to stick the knife in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Kratos as well. Certainly, I think Kratos really has to be on his game if Danger Dogs are going to do anything here, if they want to take a round or two. Haven't really seen too much so far. I mean, we're only one round in, obviously. But, I think if Kratos and Zood can do some stuff, get some sneaky, crazy drops or something like that, it might be an okay game. This is map 1, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in. It is Snakewater. We're doing Gully after this. If you're enjoying your lovely, what day of the week is this? Where am I?
Wednesday.
Wednesday evening.
I believe it was actually Mike who dropped off the server as well, so waiting for Mike to reconnect.
It's that Welsh internet. It's too good. You couldn't handle it.
Could not handle a connection to a game.
He couldn't handle the fact that he missed the last bomb.
He's
2 for 3. It's not even.
He's gone to down a bottle of whiskey to drown his sorrows.
Yeah, fully expecting a forfeit now from Epsilon now that he's missed the one drop onto Skeege. So,
they're not playing for the points as such in this season, just with a perfect drop record.
Right.
So,
looking for that first ever perfect game as Soldier.
So as soon as that goes out the window, there's nothing really left for them to play in. So they just kind of, he can have the points.
You guys have
I'm being told it's Thursday. Wow,
it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Oh, jeez. Everyone in chat, too, is calling us out that they know we have no jobs.
I know.
They're out there hiring. Myself and CommanderX here are looking.
Yeah, when you're unemployed, obviously, every day is the same day. What day is it today? It's the day I look for a job today.
What is it? I should have known it was Thursday. Golly, that is just, I don't know. Top tier discussion here on teamfortress.tv.
They're telling us to get out. Should we go?
Yeah. Well, you guys can cast for yourselves. We'll get John to cast.
We'll come back when we think it's Thursday.
Listen, I was told I was casting on a Wednesday only. That's what my contract says. That's what I'm doing. That's it. We didn't get any predictions from the chat. I'm wondering, are there any Danger Dogs fans out there? Maybe you guys can give us some Franker Z's in chat. Maybe you have your favorite dog memes out there. Perhaps you have some fan art that you've done of the Danger Dogs players. I'm not sure. Be a good time to throw them into chat. Let us know what you think. If you've bet on Danger Dogs today on saloon.tf, this would be a good time to call that out.
Did anyone actually bet on Danger Dogs as well? Like, I know 10% of people apparently did.
Yeah.
But who actually... Because I bet on them. I put a small amount on them. Like a tiny amount, just because the odds were so good. So I thought, those 18 miracles occur, then I'm in the money. In the metal.
I mean, maybe their moms and dads got in and put a few refined on Danger Dogs, I'm imagining. That's rude. We're really giving these Danger Dogs a hard time. They're trying their best. They're in Prem, and they earned their spot in Prem, CX.
Yeah, Epsilon was just given it.
Yeah. You know, Danger Dogs couldn't get by on their name alone. They had to come out and prove it.
And they've got 6 more weeks, including, well, 2 weeks tonight. 6 more games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Commander, oh yeah, you did place a bet. I'm looking right at it. CommanderX, 3 skins and a refine. Yeah. So you might not even need a job if Danger Dogs win this on Saloon.tf.
Yeah,
you'd be set for life.
I mean, what I'm hoping for is I'm gonna, just win so much metal that I can retire.
Right. Yeah. 2 million refined.
Yeah,
something like that. I think that might be the reward.
Yeah. So as long as I can win a few million refined, whatever comes first. Maybe I get an interview and get a job, or maybe I win a life savings amount of metal.
Number 1 backpack for all of TF2 potentially on the line.
Yeah, I'd win so much, and I'd actually not be able to fit it in my backpack.
Right. If anyone has any backpack expanders, would you trade request CommanderX, please? That's steamcommunity.com/CommanderX.
936.
Xavier Hardy. Yeah. So we're in the midst of a pause here. If you're watching Team Fortress 2 for the first time and you're wondering what's happening, you might have picked the wrong day to tune in. We're waiting for a disconnected player to reconnect. We thank you guys for your patience. We're your entertainment in the meantime, myself and CommanderX. We've run out of game-related things to discuss.
It's kind of hard when we're playing, so early on in,
Yep.
sort of less than 10 minutes. But yeah, and Mike is still not online on Steam, so that's not a good omen. Although one option is they just play 5 versus 6, and then it might be a bit of a closer game.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what would happen then to the Saloon.tf bet. Does that then become invalid? I mean, people didn't know when they placed their bets.
It's locked in now. It's locked in now.
Wow.
Well, you never know anything when you place your bets.
Someone
Danger Dogs could turn up with Cadus and Clockwork in as their mercs.
Yeah.
How are you going to predict that? There's nowhere Epsilon said they would play this match with 6 people.
That's true. That's not anywhere in the rules. It doesn't say anywhere in the rules.
6 is the maximum number of players you can have, but I don't think there's a minimum number of players you can have.
Right. We'll get Kikaltu or someone in here to give us the analysis of the rules.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is no official minimum, so it should be okay.
It'd be an interesting strategic thing. Just roll, maybe 3 or 4 players. It's just a lot harder for the other team to get frags just by virtue of the fact there are less players on the field.
Yeah. I mean, that would be pretty good if it was like a prop hunt style game,
Oh, we had our little blip on the radar here, which means somebody probably reconnected. We finally have games. Put everyone out of their misery here. They won't have to listen to us again anymore. So CommanderX and I are leaving. So have a nice night, guys. See ya.
Yep, John will take you through the rest of it. There we go. Another little jitter. I think Mike is now on the server.
So the situation when we left off, guys, if you're just tuning in, is full Uber, of course. You can see it there, I believe, on the HUD. Probably Epsilon have their Uber, and they're going to buff up players and probably come right in here. They've had great success. We haven't seen anything crazy yet. Nothing nuts out of the Danger Dogs. The match has gone pretty much the way we would have imagined.
Yeah, currently Epsilon number 1-0 lead. Not really much more to say. Danger Dogs have pushed them all the way back to their CP2, though, as we are re-live. And it looks like Nox wants to take pretty much the entirety of his team through Storeroom, leaving the flank somewhat open, but there is no one from Danger Dogs who wants to run behind right now. And a soldier comes into bomb, and he forces Nox. There you go. You asked if a solo soldier bomb would work against Epsilon, and there we go. Calho doing his best impersonation of Mike to force Nox. And now we see Numlock sticking forward, trying to get his way in, but Danger Dog holding strong, standing on that fence, don't want to let Epsilon get any ground for free.
Now Mike's up above, he's looking window, and they're predicting this completely, which is very smart. You've got to know that if there's anyone they're sending for the window jump, it's going to be Mikey. But not a big deal. They're happy to just sit back here at mid. They're going to just sort of, like you said earlier, just kind of take a passive approach. And like we know that they're aware that they have an Uber coming in. Now, here comes Zoo bombing in, leading. Obviously, if Skeej could hold on to this the whole time, that'd be ideal. No push in onto Skeej yet. He's just kind of staying down low. No Uber popped yet, just
Mike's
milking. Yep.
But, oh, he's been spotted out by Cowherd. Mike just tries to stay there to get an arrow or something, but he does go down. Or maybe that's when he timed out, who knows. And Danger Dogs are taking this fight, but Nox is going to be getting that Uber up, but they're in no real position, and Tech's going to be caught out as well.
Wow.
Kratos and Rage's Edge picking up the frags and just putting Epsilon on that back foot, picking off their combo class. And Epsilon are all the way back in lobby now. I think that was where they lost Mike, as they're asking for a pause, so I think they're going to give up CP2, get Mike back in the game, and then just take it, you know, 6v6, Uber versus Uber. And it looks like Kratos to come in straight away, taking loads of damage, but he does force Mike back, forces him to go get that reset. And they're still walking in. Razor's Edge takes a big rocket. They're still trying to walk in. They're going to meet up with Razor's Edge, and no, Ski's just going to drop again!
Golly.
Wow.
And now, I mean, technically the kill went to Numlock, but Mike did a lot of good work again. And Mike now looking for air shots. It's just practice for Mike, it looks like, as they're here on last. There's 3 players down. There was a sniper up as well. I don't think Forsaken really got too much. He got credit for a kill. I think that was on Scout, though. Mike's going to come in, just try to kind of, like, just clean it up, doing that Mike thing. I found it really interesting. Right now we're looking at a full Uber advantage for Epsilon. I'm still on the mic cam, and he's just kind of sitting back, waiting for, I don't know, a spy or some wacky play. Speaking of spy, we do have
right on cue.
Razor's Edge, yeah.
Oh, he's been spotted by Mike as well. He tries to pull out his revolver out at the end of it, but can't get it. And that's going to give Epsilon a player advantage for them to just walk straight on in with this. Siege only on 60%, the Soldier Bomb comes in, kills Numlock. Nox surfs away though, and the Soldier can't get to Nox. He's picked up for Demo Man, and all he's done really, I think, is delay this push, as Epsilon still want to heal back up and come driving back. Soldier's going to take the high ground and just keep forcing them back. He still doesn't have that Uber. They've boxed them out, and I think Epsilon want to keep going aggressive. They pick off Kratos. The Uber's coming through now. They're dangerously cut close, but Skeech has it as well. And they can get a really nice Uber up here. But this Scout is dancing around for so long. Shockey's trying to fly away to freedom, but he's picked off on his way out, and the Soldier's still in. Epsilon's still trying to keep up the pressure.
And they were pressuring. I got one word there, which is kite. And Danger Dogs did such a good job of just kind of running away. Mike was up in their face, and they got their Uber just in time. If they didn't get Uber that time, it might have been very different, and we might be looking at a last push now. But as it stands, right now, neither team has Uber, and Epsilon just kind of sitting. Zoob is in with the big jump, and he wants to try to pick out Numlock. That didn't work. He lives with about 35. Zoob now again trying. Zoob wants to get these picks, and he's been probably the most aggressive player on the side of Danger Dogs, although Kratos has gone down now, so it's kind of all on Zoob. Big wide open area though, and he's having trouble, and Skeech goes down again. It was Tech getting a pick, 3 picks as a matter of fact. Zoob down, Thomas down. Oh boy, that's a full wipe. So I mean, Zoob had the right idea, but
like Kratos got picked off by a Scout, you know, just kind of just big damage, got a little bit isolated, maybe caught slightly too far forward. And then Danger Dogs committed to the push anyway, despite losing their demo. And they just got punished for it there. Epsilon will punish you hard for those mistakes. Now we're going to Uber in nice and early and last. We're focused down this heavy. He's trying to dance, but he will go down eventually. But all of the players are in spawn, and now Epsilon is going to start capping the point. Someone needs to get in there and block it. The Scout gets on it. Kratos jumps, but Epsilon scatter off the point, go find all the frags, and then come back for it. Just completely baiting all of Danger Dogs to come to the point there and open it up to get the easy frags.
I mean, if you're a Danger Dogs fan, they were pushing last at one point. That's a plus, right?
Maybe Saloon.tf is going to need like a new lower tier, where if Danger Dogs get anywhere near the Epsilon last, you win the bet.
Yeah, there's a proximity bet. At any rate, Kratos a little faster to mid this time. We'll see if he can block down. Oh no, Forsaken really well played, really aggressive out of the Scouts on the side of Epsilon, and jump in. It was Tech coming in and getting Kratos down. Skeech down as well. There are still 4 players up, so, well, down to 3 now. Still doable for Danger Dogs, but they're kind of fighting to the death here, a blood fight. Zoob is in on the medic.
Scout's coming in as well, Razor's Edge, but Shocky hits every shot to defend. There's another soldier coming behind. Callo misses his rocket, the last rocket gets knocked down to 6 HP, but won't kill it. A little bit lucky from Nox right at the end there to get away with that one. Keep hold of his overcharge advantage. Good, valiant effort from Danger Dogs.
I mean, it was valiant. You know, if they took down They took down Nox there. It's not so bad. Both teams lost their medic and basically everyone else. But as it is now, Razor's Edge wants to get that equalization pick, perhaps. And he's up on Sniper. I'm looking at the Razor's Edge cam. We'll see if he can get lucky here. Click on ahead, maybe. Just kind of getting spammed out right now. Real smart plays here. This Epsilon team playing it perfectly. He wants Mike. He whiffs on the shot from Mike. I don't think we're going to see too much. Meanwhile, the push is happening, regardless of Sniper or not. Uber's popped off down low, as a matter of fact. A lot of ground to cover here for Epsilon with this Uber, but we'll see if they can get the picks they need. Second is just only now being capped, and so this might be a retreat situation, although they've got 3 down. Nox needs to just, I think, bring his team in on this, although they've got the Uber back in their face. Bad timing.
Yeah, they're going to get a couple of picks. Tech and Numlock going down, and they're trying to rotate around and still go. Just scouts versus everyone right now. They're pinning it back. They're baiting towards for point. Cow has to kill himself to stop Shocky capping. And yeah, spawns came in for Danger Dogs as that was going on. So once they saw that, Forsaken and Nox just got out of there. And now Danger Dogs are coming in with the push. Soldiers onto Skeege. He surfs away. He's going to survive. But Forsaken comes in as well. Mike will go down for attempting that bomb. Skeege is desperately trying to survive, but they're also weak for Danger Dogs people. And Forsaken's going to clean up the remaining scout on the point, and everyone else from Danger Dogs has had to just leave because they're so low.
Yeah, so now Numlocked wanting to take his team in, and they're basically just able to walk right in, about to get their Uber, and 2 players still down on that 6-second respawn on the side of Danger Dogs, so Numlocked just going to jump in. Wants to take down Soldier if he can, wants to maybe get... Oh, they're really swarming this point. Gets taken down there, Shocky. Forsaken gets a pick on Razor's Edge. Skeege just trying to heal up his team. Kratos going to sort of come up now and take lead. A few arrows out from Skeege. I don't know, Epsilon not looking dominant on this last push by any means, but they're trying to just, I guess, wait out the fight here and see if they can just be patient.
It's like they're waiting for, for someone from Danger Dogs just to stand too far forward, or maybe even try to bomb them, just waiting for that mistake. But it won't come, and Skeege is now on full Uber, as is Not. So it's really the sort of, it's in Epsilon's hands right now what they want to do with this, and it looks like they want to go right hand side, or maybe they're just going to do a sack play again. Numlock's going to try and open it up, but gets downed straight away by Razor's Edge. Tech's going to try and pick the Sniper, but there's a Soldier behind. Zoob got all the way behind, forces for you, but now Epsilon are going to come in just to try and do something with this. Ski just holding close, and he will pop, but they should be able to get these frags pretty swiftly.
Shocky's on Spy. Shocky's up on Spy, and he's been waiting the whole time. I'm looking at the Shocky cam here. I don't know who he wants, but he's trying the back cap. Look at this.
Oh wow.
Shocky's on last.
A Soldier's just spawned though. Surely he won't get it. Yeah.
Wow.
Zoob spawning just in the nick of time, going to protect last and allow Danger Dogs to finish that cap on CP2. And 1 scout down a piece right now. So Danger Dogs might just go if they're feeling confident. They want to try it. They're going to take the fight to Epsilon right here. Kratos trying to walk in. They're trying to come through that ground, but there's so much spam going on here, and they just back away. Realise they're just going to risk. There's too great a risk to go through there, and they're going to regroup on CP2.
Well, this fight here in the Saw area can be really important. Both teams are about to get their Uber, and we'll see who kind of gets the best of the Uber exchange, or if there's any big pick here. This could easily swing back in the side of Danger Dogs. I mean, they have dropped 2 rounds in a row, but they've really been putting up a hell of a fight, CX, and this is not the role that maybe some people were expecting. A lot of frags go down. Mike just went down to a rocket from Zoob, and that's a lot of their firepower down. And so that might be enough here for Danger Dogs to come right in. Skeege looks like he wants to lead the boys in, letting Zoob maybe take lead here.
Yep, he's going to walk through first. Sticky's going, and he has to jump through. He's going to try and focus Numlock. Skeege hits him with you, but the Nox is milking and milking and milking. He's going to pop now. Zoob's going to try and jump out. But look, Nox milked so long that the rest of the Danger Dog players just left. Now Tech's trying to come in, but takes a couple of pipes from Kratos and is going to be forced out. Instead, they're trying to stack low, but Cowho's hiding. He's going to be all over Nox. He's going to get Nox. He's going to get Numlocks as well. But here comes the flank from the Epsilon soldiers. Mike and Tech flying in all over Skeege. Down he goes. Kratos hits a pipe of Mike. They need to hit their shots right now. Razor's Edge is going to clear one, but he's got a 1v2 Forsaken and Tech to take on. They're not particularly healthy. Razor's Edge is going to go get the health pack. And I'm not sure what his plan is right now. It looks like he's going to try and catch the medic at the spawn. He spawns with everyone. Razor's Edge didn't count the spawns correctly. He's going to run around anyway, trying to get him knocked. Nox took about 3 damage in that. Yeah, Razor's Edge probably would have been better off trying to take the 1v2 with the damaged players on CP2, but he goes down, but it won't really affect things too much, you know. Epsilon are probably just going to wait for their Uber for this.
Yeah.
Only a 10% advantage, probably not enough to make anything up.
Well, Tech was in deep the whole time. Tech was just kind of sitting around waiting for this to all happen. But meanwhile, we have Razor's Edge up again. He needs a headshot here. He's been almost a non-factor, really. It's crits. I didn't even notice. Nox came back up on crits, and they're about to get it. And so let's see how this crits plays out. I gotta think Danger Dogs are not ready for this at all.
Here it goes. He charges it up. He picks the sniper. He's trying to find some other frags for all beneath him. He can't find anyone. He's just going to lay crit stickies down and get on the point. The Uber comes out, though. Everyone's coming back to fight Numlocks. He hits as many pipes as he can, but it's not enough to kill off a 5-man Uber. And now we're going to see Danger Dogs try and move forward off those 2 picks. Coming out up top, there's no one really in a back cap position right now. Yeah, and Danger Dogs going to pick off Forsaken as well. And a really comfortable push out from Danger Dogs. And they want to keep that player advantage going through, it looks like. He's just going to go in. He's going to get spammed down quite a lot, but Kratos is trying to walk through, but he's focused down. He'll trade for Mike. Probably not good in the long term, but the scouts are in. Tonmus is going behind, trying to get on Nox. He's going to make people turn around.
Boy.
Nox is so low. He's so low. Tonmus is still on him. He's going to pick him up. He chased so deep, and he got his reward. I think Skeege went down in the thick of all that action as well, which means it's now just a DM fight from unhealed players. Razor's Edge going to go down first. Calho and Zoob combined to take down Shocky, but they're both low. Forsaken's going to clean up one. And Forsaken seems to be on the hunt for more. Open out lobby, he's going to find the other soldier as well. Cleaning up all these low players. And they might just go off that numbers advantage. Actually, no, none of the Epsilon players are nearby. The rest of the team's not near enough to actually make an attempt on last.
Kind of scattered
around.
I'm looking at the Spy as well. Yeah, he's staying up on Spy, not just checking guns. Got about 10 minutes left, and so time starts to become part of the conversation here now. I'm on the Shocky cam, the interesting cam. This is a lot of back and forth. This is a lot more back and forth than I was expecting, CX. I know I've already said it, but...
No, me too. I am quite enjoying the fact, though, that Skeege has dropped more Ubers than Dogs have dropped rounds so far in this match.
Nox is still up on Crits Krieg, and that's kind of surprising. I really thought he would have come back up on regular Uber after he got picked off. So that's something to watch again, but we saw how it worked last time. It was no factor at all on last because, I mean, the positioning of... look, Shocky just wants the back cap, that's it.
He's getting on the point, but Crits comes in. He's behind Skeege. Skeege is milking, but he pops. He pops just as Shocky's there. I don't know if anyone even saw Shocky. He's just going to go hide behind. Now Zoob's making a push out. They've killed 2, including Nox. They need to leave someone on last, though, because Shocky's going to start capping it. Everyone's gone.
He's going to get it this time.
Shocky's going to steal it.
Oh, I don't know. Kratos jumping in.
He's
Kratos going to get there.
Point. Shocky tries to cloak. And he goes down. And Danger Dogs winning the fights on both sides of the map right there. Taking CP2, blocking CP1. They've got a big old Uber advantage from killing Nox, and they can probably push that straight through. And we do see Nox making the switch over back to the regular old Medigun as Danger Dogs try and come in on this middle.
This is gimmicky. A lot of people calling out gimmicks in chat, and I'm almost inclined to agree, CX. I mean, should Shocky just stop all this shenanigans with the Spy? I've got to wonder. This fight's going down to mid here. Cal is up high, trying to get picks on Tech or Shocky. If they can get taking this height advantage, seeing if they can win. Skeege is down meanwhile, so it's almost a moot point. There are no heals at all. Zoob going down 2. 1 HP is Calho, so much for that push. And we've got a scout roaming around. Forsaken gets 2. 3 real easy picks. He just wiped the floor here. Forsaken doing fantastic. We have Mike is in, and Mike wants to try to just, I don't know, man mode this last point by himself. Trying to get out enough spam to kind of, I don't know, discourage the last defense here. Looks like Epsilon just coming right in. They've got their Uber. They're going to take on, right in through bottom. Mike going to jump in right off the bat. He has 5 players coming out the right-hand door there. If Epsilon get right on this point, they should be able to easily cap it. Soup with a nice defense, but that was very easily done by Epsilon there. Very impressive.
Yeah, they eventually negotiated a big enough advantage to take last with. And it's 3-0. 7 minutes left, so I guess still technically doable for Danger Dogs. I don't think they can win it here, but I think they've given a good showing, you know, considering the team that's probably ranked sort of #1 in Europe right now. They've really made it quite respectable as we see Kratos get onto the next middle, trying to find that early damage. None as of yet as the Epsilon soldiers take the high ground. Scout's going to challenge them, and a soldier. Danger Dogs are again taking forward position, but Kratos is the first to die. They don't have even that follow-up spam. A nice rocket from Zoo. takes down Numlocks. And now, they were all baited back, and Zoob's going to get a free K. Just 2 players left alive.
Well, Mike was in behind. Mike jumped behind right off the start of mid, and so he just finds himself on middle, facing the backs of all the red players. A little harder to take on the soldiers. He got a nice pick on to Skeege that I watched, but not really going to matter. You can't take on the world if you just one
Thomas
soldier.
Is behind
not even
him.
Mike. Yeah, I see that. See that.
Really random positioning from Tonmas, but it pays off fair, and they can get a pick to help them take their CP2 straight away. No off-classing from Epsilon either. Wow, Shocky killed Skeege? Question mark?
Yeah, again, Skeege not able to stay alive. The only time that Skeege was alive this round is he was walking to mid, thinking about what he was going to do. And he hasn't done a whole lot other than that. So right now we're looking at a situation, geez, I mean, 70% Uber for Nox, and Epsilon hoping to just be able to kind of have their way with this, but as we said, it is 3-0. The chances of anything crazy happening may be minimal, but we'll see how they play it. What do you do if you're Danger Dogs here? Is there some crazy play you can try? Mike comes in through the window, a really nice jump there, no one to find, but...
Not really. I guess you have to, the way they're playing isn't awful. They're making the right kind of moves, but they're losing Kratos a lot early on. So if they can avoid that, things could go quite a bit differently. As we see Epsilon trying to come in, Soldier tries to go high, instead gets taken down before he can even get to Nox. Nox hanging really far back, baiting out that aggression, but there is a back cap going on throughout this, and Epsilon all go back. Tonmas has pulled everyone back. He's going to kill Forsaken as well. Strong play from Tonmas right there. Just pulling the entire Epsilon team back out of that. And now they're spamming him as they come in. Going to challenge this Soldier. Numlock's trying to focus him down. Calho will go down. Bit of a solo effort there. Now Danger Dogs, with player disadvantage, might just have to go back. Tech's trying to go super deep. He has been isolated a bit. He's going to get away with it though. Just about. As Epsilon taking that mid without using their Uber. But because this fight has taken so long back and forth, Skeege has been able to charge up H's. But again, Epsilon just find a pick just before they push, just at the right time.
I get the feeling Epsilon are getting impatient now. They're playing very aggressively. Scouts and soldiers just pushed way up. Mike has just been living. They get a forced there in this wide open area here at second, and both Ubers come off. Mike gets dropped. Thomas got a body shot onto him, which was impressive, and looks like very much so Danger Dog's getting the best of this Uber fight. We have a little fighting going down in Saw now. Tech kind of caught out and gets picked out. Really good Uber there, finally, for Danger Dogs. Maybe too little too late, though.
Yeah, walking in from this Sorin with that sniper right now. They do lose Calho as the back cap is started. Zoop's gone super deep to fight Numlock, but Numlock's pipes are true, and he will defend himself. And Tonmas has actually killed the scout in the back cap with sniper, but Skeege and Kratos are trapped in here. Shocky's going to get one, Numlock's going to get the other. Tonmas is trying to snipe, but Shocky just brings out the 2-shot. Now going to 1v1 Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge takes the health pack. Shocky's just going to run away from that 1v1. Doesn't need to take that fight, and Razor's Edge is stuck in behind, but they see him. He's trying to dance above Tech. Tech's only got rockets. The arrows are flying out as well. Tech's going to go chase now.
There we
Nox
go.
is going to get the frag.
Nox got his frag. That's for the stats. That's all. Stat-based fragging.
And now we see Kratos trying to put some like sort of random forward stickies on CP2, but he gives Nat pretty quickly. They're going to try and stuff him in, but Epsilon is going to try and force the way through this right-hand side. They're just powering through, completely breaking that hold that Danger Dogs had, and look how much space Epsilon have now on this last. They're going to start.
Callo's in behind.
Danger Dogs need to get up. They don't even get up the cap in time. They're all just hiding in the safety of respawn.
Well, Callo was in underneath, and he had managed to sneak behind the team, but it was way too slow. He had no one to shoot. It might have been nice if he had gotten there a second or so sooner, but, you know, valiant effort. You got to try stuff, I guess, when you're down by this amount. It's 4-0. We're looking at about 3 minutes left in the cast, and, you know, if you're a Danger Dogs fan, Gully's next. That's something. Shocky really aggressive here, and again, Epsilon just impatient, want to end this. They can pick up this 5th round here. They're going to do it. Shocky goes down, though. Forsaken working on it. His medic is in danger. Knocks in a lot of... he took about 40 damage, but he's still up. Forsaken working on Calho here if he can. Not an okay... that was an alright mid from Danger Dogs, I've got to say. Not ideal out of Epsilon. They keep Nox up, though.
Yeah, they lost Kratos really early, but they did a really good job of focusing down the players who picked him off. Meaning, Epsilon just had no one left really to take that position, but Epsilon want to come back in. Tech's going to leap away, just vying for that high ground. They're going to try and force it off. They actually kill Calho. Skeege is going to pop now, and Epsilon love to make this play where they fake a push, but they don't really push. They just go in for a force. And it baits teams into popping Aruba so much. And now we see Mike coming behind. He's all over Ski. Ski just dancing around as much as he can. He's got the entire team on him. Ski just got an Uber on him. He keeps trying. Lasts a long time, all things considered. But they have got a half cap, so I think a back cap is on the cards. That looks like what Zoob wants to try. No, he's actually going behind for the frag instead. But he meets Mike. He takes down Mike to 40. But he will survive. Mike had that buff coming in. And Danger Dogs, they're still delaying him. Cowboy's going to try and win, but he's got not a lot of health, catches a lot of spam. They might lose Tonmas here as well. Just picking off these Danger Dogs players. Somewhat uncoordinated aggression. And now Epsilon can just keep rolling forward.
Mike on a super long life here. Give credit to Mike and give credit to Nox as well for spreading the heals around and, you know, keeping his star soldier up. But Mike has been up, it feels like, for like 10 minutes without dropping. I'll be interested to see the stats of this one. Still with 5 HP now, going to go back for heals. But we're looking at the last minute of this one, and Epsilon not satisfied. Oh,
how rude.
There we go.
How
not
rude.
Satisfied to let the time expire, I was going to say.
Yeah, well, that's a good prediction from that sentence from you then.
Yeah. So that is the first map down, very convincingly, as many may have expected, Epsilon taking that one. But as Mr. Hardy and I here were discussing, it was actually a lot closer of an affair than I would have thought, anyhow.
Yeah, Danger Dogs made a pretty good show of it as far as, you know, they could have. They didn't look like we were outclassed at all points, but they didn't look, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just, you know, mid-second last over, mid-second last over. There was back and forth, you know.
It didn't feel like the number 1 team versus the number 18, or sorry, the whatever number Epsilon is versus the number 18, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they put on a pretty decent show. I think Kratos did find himself dead a lot. Like, not just the fact that he was dying, but the fact that he was like the first person to die in these like team fights. It sort of really hurt them. Because then all of a sudden Numlocks is obviously going to keep putting out damage. And it just kind of leaves a really difficult job for the rest of Danger Dogs players, who made a pretty good go of it. Zoob really impressing, you know. Making plays, hitting rockets, getting good Ubers off. You know, really good all-round pocket play.
I just feel like the biggest thing I noticed, CX, was that Danger Dogs weren't winning any of the fights in the wide open areas. So at mid or out around second, they just weren't winning those fights at all. There were a couple mids where they kind of came out, you know, with a bit of an advantage, but it just felt like when there were important fights going down, they just weren't able to figure it out.
Yeah, like I guess there's two ways of looking at it, because on one hand you can say they just played Epsilon like they would play any other team, you know, no fear, no sort of, you know what I mean? Don't let it get into your head. So there's Epsilon, just play them, which is, you know, noble and valiant and whatnot. But on the other hand of that, maybe sometimes there needs to be a certain amount of realism and go, well, we're not going to take, you know, in a straight up DM fight, team fight, they've got better focus fire and we got better DM to begin with. So maybe they should have tried to slow it down, you know what I mean, play a sort of more pick-based game. I mean, there's credit to both methods.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You know, you can argue either side, really, but in the end, I mean, we all saw what happened. It was 5-0. The saloon bettors, you know, take another swig of their whiskey, whatever. But we're moving on to Gully now. The players are joining up on Gully Wash. We're expecting probably a similar outcome. Yeah, I think that Kratos might be the key here. If Kratos can figure out, especially maybe on these mids, maybe even more so on Gully than Snakewater, the demo, you know, still a key part of the middles. I don't know. What are you expecting to see on Gully Wash?
I don't know. Again, I think we'll see similar things. Like, on lots of that, we saw, like, quite a few of those mids did go to Danger Dogs. I don't know if I have the exact log to hand.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let me get
two to three.
Yeah.
Danger Dogs 2, Epsilon 3. You know what I mean? There's by no means a whitewash. So if they can keep those mids going and roll it forward, you know what I mean? Gully Wash is a much shorter map, so if you get a clear Uber advantage on mid, you can roll it forward a lot easier.
Right.
So there might be potential for Danger Dogs to, you know, actually get rounds in this one.
Yeah, build momentum. I was going to ask you, would you agree or disagree with me? I felt like the scouts on Danger Dogs were maybe coming in and maybe overextending and dying a little more than they should have been. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there was quite, not just for scouts as well, and there was occasionally where, like, the team fight would kind of break down. Like, when it was a clear Epsilon get too early picks, Danger Dogs were pretty good at going out. But when it got a lot more scrappy, you notice, like, the Danger Dogs players would sometimes just get really scattered, and everyone would kind of try and be that guy who makes the play, and there weren't enough people just going, right, let's get back with my team, let's set something up, let's structure this a bit. Too many people try to just make something happen. Calho died quite a lot of times just going for solo efforts. And I think he got one that worked, but they also played 30 minutes and one of them worked. That's not really, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible. Sometimes it does work quite well to make that solo effort, especially as Soldier. But when you're up against top teams like Epsilon, it's not always going to go your way. Another thing I wanted to ask you, if you're Razor's Edge, do you keep going sniper or do you just say enough is enough? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I don't know. He was only ever sniper on last. Like, every time they were sort of out on the field, as it were, he was on scout every time. It was only last. He off class 4. So I don't mind that. He's hit a couple of shots, you know. And obviously, when you're sniper on last, your goal isn't even really to drop the medic or, like, if you get an entry frag, that's great. The main reason to have a sniper on last is the other team goes, ah, shit, there's a sniper on last, so either they have to pop straight in, or they have to send in, like, a roamer or a scout or someone quite early to get that sniper. And that means those players have to commit, especially on Snake Water last when it's so long. They have to commit pretty deep to get that sniper out, so you force the other team's hand by running a sniper. So I don't mind it at all on last, as it looks like they're going to start pretty quickly. Was it they changed the map to Fountain? Oh no, I think they have started real time. So yeah, pretty surely. Throw me a prediction, Getawhale.
Throw me the prediction. I mean, I've got to, you know, I know there's this whole thing where the caster is supposed to say different teams to win, but I can't see Danger Dogs taking this. I will make the comment that it'll be interesting to see if Epsilon play kind of, if they're making mistakes or not. I kind of alluded to that in the first map, that, you know, sometimes it feels like the good team is playing against themselves, and if they mess up a fight or if they get lazy or complacent, maybe that's how they drop around, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, we're going to go to this second map right now. It's going to be Gullywash. Epsilon staying on blue, Danger Dogs on red. Both teams coming to middle right now. It looks like Numlock's going that short side. And Mike's going to get straight in Kratos' face. He's super low on HP. He will survive, but he just has to wait for his medic to come heal him now. And Epsilon are free to take all the ground by one. Razor's Edge is going to be pinned in, but wow, a great bomb from behind syncs up with Kratos' stickies, gets 2 picks. Tech's going to take the high ground and land an air shot on Zoom, misses the double by an inch. Wow, great rockets by Calho to take down Forsaken. Really even fight so far. Tech's now sky high. Mike's coming back in as well. Trying to get off this high ground. He's going... Zoom's desperately trying, but he doesn't have a lot of health. Soldiers just keep bombing from Epsilon. They can't find a frag, though, and they keep getting pinned back. Ski just desperately trying to keep everyone healthy, and they're going to take it in. They're going to try and kill Nox, but Nox surfs away expertly. Zoom comes right behind him. They pick off Kratos in the meantime. Really clever play from Zoom and Skeechner. Noticing Nox didn't have it yet, using that to their advantage, taking that even fight away and just cleaning up Nox. And now they've got this heal advantage, so this fight should eventually go to them. And we do see Shocky running the fan, doing mainly nothing at Choke right now, but running away.
How about that for a mid fight? That's one of the better mids I've seen on Gully in recent memory, or a long time anyway.
That was good, yeah.
How about Kratos staying alive, though? He got nailed right off the start, as we said. Hung in there and stuck in there and was alive for quite a while after. And real interesting that Mike kind of lost the battle at Nipple there, being that he's such a superstar. But anyway, Calho's up top. He's going to try to back the Epsilon players off of bats a little bit. They're going to get the second cap down. And what kind of push are we going to see here out of this Danger Dogs team? We have Engineer up from Shocky, and he's going to try to get his gun built up ASAP. Looks like the push is going through bottom. Calho, meanwhile, is up above. It's in. The Uber's popped off right away. They're going to target those players right, and they get knocks right off the bat. Gun is up. They get that gun as well. It's really only... Really, Scouts are the only ones able to block this. They're going to kind of converge on that last point now. A little bit of a maybe the re-push coming in here, CX?
Yeah, but the Scouts juggled in and separated, and Epsilon just picking people off. There's now a soldier coming behind. A Scout even. Shocky's going to finish him off. Danger Dogs stay in too long, and they go down, and Razor's Edge has respawned on Sniper. Shocky, interestingly, running the fan in this one.
Yeah. I think you nailed it. They did stay in too long. That looked like it might have been a promising last push out of Danger Dogs, but it wasn't. They're going to come and contest this middle, though, but it looks like Epsilon maybe going to roll right through the middle as well.
Yeah, Kratos is trying to put some pressure on, but he's being pinned back. They still have that sniper, of course, as well, so Epsilon have to bear that in mind as they move forward. We're going to get mid for free, and it looks like we want to go big door. Both soldiers jumping around, just trying to spam out that sniper. The synced rockets from second mark. Great teamwork there, just to take that sniper threat away. Skeeger's also on crit, but he doesn't have it yet. And now he's trapped between a rock and a hard place. Kratos has to hit pretty much everything.
No, I think this is it. I mean, Skee's going to go down. It looks like here, I'd be very surprised.
He comes out!
Takes a rocket. Finally takes the pistol shot there. Skeej, that might have been a difference maker if he took it, but that's an all or nothing play, and the dice came up saying nothing.
Yeah,
that is
if
unfortunate.
That first sticky and maybe killed Nox was sort of their only sort of salvage and hope, but it didn't. Nox survives, and now he's got his Uber charge for last. They're going to Uber in main, but they do drop tech. But the rest of the Epsilon players come in, so yeah, it's not going to make a difference in the end. Too many Epsilon players, too much invulnerability, and Epsilon roll it all the way back from their own last. To take it in one swift motion as well, and everybody stopped there.
Yeah, you go all or nothing sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. I'm looking at Kratos again on this middle because he was shut out so cleanly last time. Here's Mike again, going to try once more, but Kratos really good sticking in there. He's down to 45 HP, but again, has to kind of wait. The Scout are going to try to clean him up if he can. No picks yet. Looking at Tonmas is going to try to come forward and contest this. A little bit of height advantage, but Tonmas kind of there by himself. Meanwhile, we got Calho trying to get the pick onto Noxer. Somebody important. They've lost Calho. They've lost Rager's Edge as well. Down low, the Epsilon players just kind of playing underneath, which is not where you want to be, but no challenge right now. They're just kind of living there. Forsaken's going to come up, and they're just going to kind of get that mid. What'd you see?
I don't know. Like, it was kind of weird. Like, I think the key was Epsilon got a lot of weak players, but no one died. They all just kind of hid underneath as their combo rotated from big door to choke, and it just... like Danger Dogs didn't punish them for getting that, didn't capitalize on that initial damage. Yeah, they got that damage, forced them into a bad position, and they just didn't finish them off. So sooner rather than later, Epsilon was to come back in, and Epsilon are already on last as the cap goes down. Nox has Uber, he's going to pop it off now. They're cramming those flags back into spawn, but no one's actually taking the cap right now. And Epsilon have found no frags with their Uber as Danger Dogs all rotate and come back out. The cap is now started. There's a Pyro trying to block it desperately. He's got the shotgun out. Nice from the Demo Man actually on Pyro now. And Danger Dogs are going to turn this into pretty much a full wipe. Only Mike left alone. Coming into CP2 on a respawn. He's jumping up top. He's just going to threaten that back cap, I think, just to delay Danger Dogs, just to buy Epsilon time to get those forwards and to get him in action. He's now fighting CP2, and he's just surfing it away. He's going to surf it all the way. Survival 31, and we see Tech pocket soldier for Epsilon making the switch up to Sniper as Danger Dogs taking us forward.
You know, I talked about it last map. Sometimes Epsilon, I feel like they really are getting ahead of themselves. If they didn't have Uber that time, there's no way they would have pushed all the way into last. But we'll see here now. If Tech can get a little shot on Sniper, that'll certainly help a lot as Zoob is pushing in, leading the way. Gonna just spam out Choke, see if he can back these guys up. Tech goes down right off the bat, so that's a moot point. Mike is in behind and wants to pick out the demo if he can, but that's not going to work. So now Tech and Mike down, and things looking great. If you're a Danger Dogs fan, get your
Numlock is stuck a little bit here as well. They're going to jump in.
And they lose Numlock.
Mistake after mistake, uncharacteristically for Epsilon here. And can Danger Dogs take a round? They're coming in with... no, they're not. They're changing it up. They're taking their time. But every second they take, Nox gets closer to Uber. They're coming in top now. They need to kill Nox early, but there's a Pyro. Zoob's doing what he can, but he's only got rockets versus Pyro. This is a car crash of an Uber. They should have just committed to that main push when they had bodies there, and now they've wasted it, lost Razor's Edge, and Nox has got his Uber charge up.
I mean, the deaths, I don't know what they were thinking. The spawns were scattered there. Tech and Mike died so early. I mean, there was no chance they were going to come in and catch Epsilon with their pants down. I'm not quite sure what they were thinking. Holding the door open here, Razor's Edge is on Sniper worth noting, looking to see if he can get a pick. But Epsilon with full Uber, they get to basically pick their push here, although Zoob's trying to make it hard on them. Uber's finally popped off. Out is going to get pretty much... Oh, wow. Skeej is the only one that didn't get out. I can't believe that.
Yeah,
How the hell did Tech get that?
The first rocket from Tech just gave Skeej, like, well, the perfect juggle from Tech's point of view, the worst possible juggle from Skeej's. And he just gets stuck, just like, you know, you get bounced a little bit up in the air, like a sitting duck.
I really felt like the Danger Dogs were in perfect position there to come right out. I mean, that's a big surprise to me.
Mike goes deep to pressure his sniper out straight away. Thomas is trapped in. He's going to go down. But Cowho comes to try and help things, but he's going to get picked as well. And now Danger Dogs are getting so much pressure. There's so much damage coming out. All three of the Epsilon Heavies playing together as a unit, spamming the same group of Danger Dogs players, and they're just forcing them back at will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a look here. It's every time we think that Danger Dogs are getting something going, it's like they shoot themselves in the foot. You know, this Pyro's up here now on last. They're anticipating the last push in. No off-classers. 80% are Danger Dogs, and so they should just barely get theirs in time. So we should have an Uber v Uber here. Heavy is up as well, Razor's Edge.
Yep, they jump in, but they're denied. Yep, Uber's going to be popped off. Kratos wants to chase down main. They're trapping in Nox, but Pyro's doing a great job here. Nox has nowhere to go. Will join the respawn queue. They do get a pick on Zoob on the flank, and it looks like they want to stack water. As long as, surely they know this is coming. No one from Danger Dogs is looking. They drop down though, insta-give, shocking. Now they have a complete read on Mike under Tech even underneath. He is down to about 130, trying to fight a heavy, just dancing around that pillar. I don't think Tech has a long-term plan as a Pyro comes in to clean him up. Just trying to buy as much time as he can there, Tech, and it's given like a chance for the Epsilon to set up. Numlock's got stickies on main. Mike's hiding on Riverside. He's going to try and find something. He shows himself to Skeege, but turns into a scout. He's going to try and dance away. Mike gets the pick on Zoob. He's still dancing away. Great play from Mike. The rest of Epsilon just delaying that push and forcing Danger Dogs to go back to last, wait for their Uber and push. But it looks like Epsilon want to get aggressive. I think maybe they want to force this Uber out of Skeege. But they're coming down. Chaos is coming with a scout, but there's two players on the other side. They take down Mike though, and Shockey's just going to have to retreat as this Uber goes forward. They kill Numlocks. They're going to try and kill Tech.
Forsaken is in. Forsaken's in on last with the back cap. They didn't catch him, and that is sloppy play. As Forsaken, real easy. Easiest cap of his life, perhaps? He was hiding, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, what can you say? Danger Dogs didn't check everything, obviously. They probably
maybe he went lower, because they put a pretty big chase on through main and choke, so maybe Forsaken just snuck in through lower while that was going on. Too focused on trying to kill like Nox instead of just covering all angles. Go into the next mid now. Epsilon take the high ground, but they're knocked off it pretty quickly, but Cowho will in fact be the first person to fall. Danger Dogs now poise themselves. Zoob's going to lead in with a big bomb. Zoob's got a load of damage out, but it's whether anyone can capitalize now, and he can't. Wow, great pipe from Kratos actually to take Mike with him there into the respawn queue. But it's Skeege and Tonmus who survive and try and get out. But there is Tech. Tech is roaming behind them, but I don't think he's going to make it. No, he's just going to give up the chase. Skeege and his scout got out well, and will get this Uber in time for last.
Yeah, Mike was the star of the mid. He's down now, though. They're going to get the heavy out here to defend and whatnot. Ubers are about even, but we've seen that Epsilon have pretty much won every Uber fight so far in this one. We'll see how this one plays out and where they want to come in from. And I don't think Danger Dogs are going to leave anything. We have a lot of fighting and a challenge here going down in Riverside. A little bit. No pick, but just enough presence there.
And wow, Soldier comes flying in. Mike gets a load of damage out, forces Zoob to crater. Mike might be able to get out as well, but no, he gets picked off, so it's just a one-for-one trade. Nothing really achieved as of yet. Kratos is super low. He will get the resup and the heals, and he'll be alright. And Epsilon just backed outside as they lost Numlocks as well. Be interesting to see if either Mike or Numlocks come back, or maybe Mike more likely on off-class, but no, they're just going to keep it cookie-cutter, stay on their main class as Epsilon tend to do. Tech trying to spam in main, but Danger Dogs want to turn this into a push, but Epsilon have all their spawn. So there's, but now it looks like Danger Dogs are actually just calling it off, going back to last. See no spawns come in, don't want to overextend. And now it's back in Epsilon's hands what they want to do with this Uber.
You have to. It's one of the harder points to push out of. I mean, there are just so many options. Mike is down in River, and he's been living in River pretty much. Nobody really focusing him down right now. Both teams have Uber, neither have popped yet, and whoever can get the better force here might be able to maybe kind of take advantage. Shockey and Riverside just trying to do what he can. Nothing really going down here yet. Cal's going to come out, and Calho's just going to kind of go balls to the wall here, but all he's going to find is Shockey.
Yeah, Shockey's going to surf his rocket away. I think they just looking for a counter-attack there, and actually Tech is coming back on Spy.
Yep.
Tech doing all the off-classing for Epsilon at the moment right now. So I imagine what Epsilon are going to do, they're going to let Tech get into a position, and then just set up a distraction. Try and set him for it, but Epsilon have already moved into lobby, just coming in through lower right now. He's going to cloak in and just try and walk through that main. There are stickies there, but obviously Tech is invisible. So he's going to get in through lower, and they're baiting dogs forward right now. Tech's able to uncloak, in Sneaky. But I don't know what he's actually planning to do. He's looking for something. They just sticking for point. But he's
done that
get
last point.
He's going to try and one-on-one a scout who's made weak by Sticky. Mike tries to come in. They do get the force out as well. They're going to lose 2 for it. Tech's one of those remaining people is still Tech alive as Spy as well. They're going to come in and force Epsilon, but look how far back they are. They kill Zoob, but Zoob got exactly what he wanted out of that, and Tech is still alive. They eventually get him down. But Epsilon's play is not coming off.
No, absolutely not, and you know, it was real smart actually by Kratos. Kratos just easily stuck up last, and there goes the spy play because they knew he was there. Nice picks here by Numlocked in lobby, and the fight breaking down a little bit. Epsilon without players, and I mean, Danger Dogs have got to pick some time to push out. You know, they don't want to live on their own last all day long, but still here looks like just not willing to come out. It's a difficult spot to be in CX, and like we said, this is a hard point to push out of, even if you do have a 2-player advantage.
Shocky on Spy now as well. He's on the Cloak and Dagger, I believe, just letting his Cloak recharge as he's underneath. He wants to try and get up. I think he's planning to make more of pick-based play. Saying that, he's now just edging towards the point, letting his Cloak recharge. Epsilon needs to put on the distraction. Shocky's going to uncloak now, just as Kratos starts sticking in the point. Shocky's now in a pretty difficult position, trying to get some vision, trying to find something. He gets up behind him now. He's going to backstab the speaker.
Wow.
He's going to walk into the demo's face, but he will get taken down. That's kind of a nothing pick, but Forsaken's trying to force his way in main. He's killed 1. He's still dancing around, and Epsilon are going to push off that distraction from Forsaken. He will go down, but he sets up a pick onto Kratos. Ski drops again! He was right in front of Numlocked and Tech. Now they just hit him at the same time. Now they're going to bait the point. Numlocked kills 1. The Uber's going to fade. Tech's going to kill 1. And Tech's going to cap off the point.
I mean, that was very interesting to me, and the reason why is Mike wasn't a part of that fight at all. Mike was actually up on Sniper for a long time in River, looking at basically nothing. And so, I mean, that was a 3-person push without their Welsh countrymen. At any rate, though, I mean, it is 3-0 now. Not a big surprise. Numlock just rolling out down low. Epsilon, hey, if you can roll down low and it works, do it. Numlock coming up right side. No one really there to kill. They have a scout. A nice bomb from Calho comes in and gets Numlock down. Calho going down for his efforts. Ski's just pushing his team right side, but goes down, and that was big pick there by Shocky. Mike gets the pick onto Zoob. It's 3v3 right now, and the scout's trying to win it. Razor's Edge versus another scout. Someone?
Yeah. Kratos dropped down there to try and get Mike as they make a last-ditch attempt for Nox. But yeah, he dropped down to get Mike, but he didn't see that Mike caught an arrow from Nox just before that. So the weak soldier who could have been one-piped as he dropped down was in fact pretty much full health again. And then Nox met up with Mike, and that just one thing led to another, and they just picked off the remaining players. Razor's Edge is behind though, trying to pick up Tech as he respawns on Sniper again, but he will get picked off. And now Epsilon's going to, again, they have a pick going into it, and Danger Dogs are on last.
Tech on Sniper this time, but it looks like, I mean, I'm looking at Mike and River already, and it looks like they do want to just come in right through. They pretty much had their way with this Danger Dogs team. I'm looking at off classes, of course. We've got our Sniper and we got our Pyro up this time, Tonmas. A little bit of a challenge, and I'm surprised that Danger Dogs aren't kind of focusing this River area a little more. They Uber's in anyway through lower, as you put it. Tech looking for a headshot if he can get it, but a lot of firepower down already. Both scouts down for Epsilon, and they might have to rethink this last push.
Yeah, that was certainly attempts at something. Not sure what, but it was an attempt at something. As we see Danger Dogs taking this forward, they are pushing into the sniper bow. Numlock is going to try and jump out, gets an arrow, but actually Nox gets caught by Zoob instead. Zoob's going to get Numlock down to 11 HP as well.
But Skeege down as well. Skeege actually fell to a body shot from the sniper, which was
really?
So both sides went out
and Mike's
there.
killed Tonmas on last. He's one-on-one with the scout. He's going to stand on last, but it's not quick enough. Mike's going to have to try and escape down River now, try and make a different kind of play, drop some big damage onto Calho as he skips past. Equalising out now. He will eventually get picked off by Calho. And yeah, they might be able to take this play advantage into mid, but again, Tech on Sniper, they have to watch out for that. He's scoping up a big door. He gives his shot away. Chris is going to jump first, but he jumps straight into a sticky trap. Easy kill for Numlock. And they are able to pick off both scouts regardless of that Danger Dogs. Now the pressure on Mouse at Choke. Super deep from Razor's Edge. Will get Numlocked. They're still pressuring right now. Soldier falls down, drop down, tries to come back up. Mike's doing what he can. A headshot comes out as well. And they might be able to walk this back in. Mike knows people are low. Just walking in. No fear at all. They will hold on to the point. And Tech's going big door, going to see if he can pick anyone up straight away, and he can. There's Kratos just strolling out from respawn.
Kratos having a hell of a time, just can't stay alive, and I feel like Danger Dogs just don't know where in the hell to defend from. They've got the sniper one side.
They're going mid.
Oh, look at this. This is a disaster.
Mid. No, it's genius. Numlock's not going to make it in time. He chooses to shoot instead of it. And the combo right now is backcapping. Zub is forced by a scout foe. He's going to try and get something, but he can't get a lot. Now Zub and Skeej are really in a tough place. With it backcapping again, so they're just going to try and delay the cap. Finally, someone goes back. Numlock goes back and deals with a backcap threat. And they force the Uber as well, but all this chaos, like Skeej got out of that. Skeej and Zub both got out of that from that terrible, terrible position.
That's
thanks to Tonmas starting the back cap. Epsilon didn't know what to do. I mean, Epsilon are winning, but they're not quite looking as clinical as they normally do.
I mean, that situation where you come through choke and the other team comes big door, that is the disaster situation. Callo's going to try to surprise here from Shutter. Not going to really pick anything out. He's in behind, though, now. He gets to pick onto Shocky and looking for the sniper, too. That's Tech, and really nice play, actually, enough to kind of distract Epsilon, and that's a full wipe on Epsilon. Still a 3-0 game we're looking at, and wondered if Epsilon are they yawning? Are they getting lazy?
Like they came through big door, right? And all of the heavy classes, the medic and that, were at choke from Danger Dogs, whereas the other players were stuck in big door, you know, like back in lobby, still respawning. So Epsilon just walk in, but instead of taking a fight to the isolated players at choke, they're just going to stand in the point. So at that point, they've just gone and just sat in the middle, surrounded by Danger Dogs players. No Uber, nothing, and just sat there and hopes it worked out. And well, it didn't.
Didn't work out at all, and it's, I don't know, I mean, it's still this 3-0. We're not looking at a situation where it's do or die for Epsilon by any means, but there is such thing as playing very foolishly, even if you are a top team like Epsilon, and that's what I saw. There's a heavy. We have a surprise heavy named Shocky who's waiting in respawn, willing to wait and see what happens there. This team going to call him out, obviously, when it's appropriate. Here he comes.
He gets nothing. Yeah, he does a bit of a peek, shoots down a soldier low, and then just goes right back into his cubby hole.
Yeah. Just stand in the door.
Like one of those spiders that hides in the ground, you know?
Yeah, I hear Russian music playing in the server. Players are having fun. We have, you know, I mean, we're looking at a last push potentially at a Danger Dogs here, but Super v Uber, I just haven't seen them win these fights. Here they come. Epsilon going to push out. They say, to hell with your Uber v Uber. They're going to come out. It was really just a sack. They're not losing. Again,
yeah, the fake push into a sack, and once again, it pays dividends. We see Razor's Edge on Spy, though. So that's something, and it doesn't look like Epsilon want to push. Maybe they're just waiting for Tech. Tech is going to come back up now. Shocky on Pyro, and Epsilon are going to choose. Here they go. They are going to go. I thought for a second they were going to hold, and I was like, surely not. 50 people advantage. There is a spy behind, though, and has everyone gone? A scout's checking. Shocky has a little peek. Sees no one, so he goes. Razor's Edge is on the point. It's wide open. Shocky's coming back now. He had a feeling, but he gets hit by the ambassador. Huge shot. Mike jumps back. He can't get it in time. Danger Dogs are on the board. 2-round game right. 9 minutes left.
Well, how about that?
Razor's Edge.
And if you bet on Saloon.tf, that's of interest to you. Yeah, like you said, we've got 8 minutes 45 left. I mean, a bit of life maybe now in the Danger Dogs. We'll see how they play out this middle. Zub getting ready for his... no, just going to stay here kind of in banana area. Nothing too crazy right now. One pick that was on Mike, so Mike out of this mid right now. Zub just kind of backing up. I don't think Danger Dogs playing... Oh, wow, they came right in and got Numlock down right off the bat. Shocky down 2. They lost Callow for their effort. Zub going for the big air shot. In comes Tech. Does take the pick going down, as a matter of fact. It was very close there. Almost got the key pick, but this mid going to go down to Danger Dogs. There are 8 minutes left. It is 3-1. This is the second map. Anything could happen.
Yeah, Epsilon look like they want to fight this from top. Mike's going to try and lead it out. Turns around and air shots for Soldier that went for him. Skeej's now trapped out, going to try and surf. Pops it off on Kratos. Going to bring his scouts into this as well. And there's a Soldier above choke, but they see him. That Soldier's going to have to try and get away. Epsilon have traded for you, traded a body. And looks like they want to try and take this fight as well, but they're all walking through sticky. Lots of spam going down, but Mike's found a way through. They pick Tonmas. Mike gets another. Tech gets one on point. Ski just now traps it versus Mike. He's going to try and walk out. He's going to surf it on top of Mike. But Mike's got that situation under control. Kratos is still desperately trying to pipe anyone he can. He just walks into the wall and kills himself.
It was a pain train versus the caber, and that's not what you see all the time in a Prem fixture. But hey, what do we know, right?
Yeah.
Seems like maybe one team has maybe thrown in the towel. I don't know. Razor's Edge gonna wait and respawn here and see if he can get maybe a lucky headshot, and you know. Oh, wow, he had a real good view on the medic that time, but whiffed, as we say in North America. So at any rate now, gonna sticky up this point. There's no spies, no nonsense out of Epsilon. I think if I'm Epsilon, I just want to end this thing. Mike again in river, no challenge at all. A jump in from Mike, who has to come and chase around. Blue finally pops out there, Uber. Kratos is gonna kind of back up. On the other side, we've got Thomas and Razor's Edge down. A really easy cap there.
Yeah, Danger looks quite... Like, on Snake Wall of it as well, where they try and rotate free spawn. And, like, it's fine if you want to rotate free spawn, but you have to have something that will delay them. Like, a soldier just to sacrifice his life or something, you know. Just create a distraction to allow your team that time they need to rotate. As now we go into spawn, Shocky runs up, pins Kratos right back in the corner already. Epsilon soldiers come flying in, but here comes the counter bomb. Cowboys going deep, he's putting damage out. Dube's following up. Kratos is trying to move forward as well. There's a scout behind who launches Kratos right into the thick of it, but he actually gets a pick out of it. Now Forsaken's behind, trying to chase down the low demo. He'll get the low demo, but Epsilon loses cap in all of this. Shocky's now stuck in versus everyone. He's going to go down. Forsaken's still behind. Numlock's the only player remaining from Epsilon, and he's hiding at choke with stickies above it. Surely they're not all going to walk through. Skeet survives! Skeet survives the sticky trap!
I can hear Twitch chat already about the Skeet surviving part.
Forsaken's gonna kill him anyway. Like I can't believe. Like Numlock kills 2, but not the medic. Numlock writes in chat, how did he survive? He wasn't even weak as well. Like Skeet still had like 80 health after that sticky trap. Now we see Nox taking a lot of damage at choke. Tomnus is gonna kill 1, but Forsaken's gonna get the revenge frag for Mike. And Epsilon will clean everything up, and everything goes Epsilon's way eventually. But Skeet, I don't know, just pray to the right person right now.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you can just come up. Tech is just living on Sniper for this the rest of this match. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he was having a little bit more success than Stefan. I don't know if that was the reason. Who's using Force of Nature, by the way. We've got, looking at the clock, 5 minutes on the clock. It is 4-1. And again, I mean, similar situation to the first map. We have a Pyro up now on the side of Danger Dogs. That's Tonmas. Well, you know, what can be said at this point? They're setting up the defense here. They're going to see what they can do. There's an uber advantage, though, for Epsilon, who can just walk right in any time.
Yeah, and it looks like Tech's going to try and find a shot on River. Try and find something. Ski just getting really aggressive. The Pyro comes in. Ski just gone top lobby, but he swiftly comes back when he sees the Epsilon Uber coming in. He's going to pop it off, keep his players up. They're going to kill Shocky. They should be able to kill their scout as well. Forsaken somewhat overextended, but going to surf it out. Steals that one. Now we see a soldier trying to go to Riverside, trying to go defensive Riverside now, but there's a Numlock's behind point. He's just going to walk on all the keys, no fear, no HP left either, and he's just going to go down. Epsilon didn't seem on board with that point play from Numlock, as they are super far back, all the way at their own choke, with Tech, who's currently hitting headshots and just pinning them back.
Shocky was waiting at... I'm just seeing craziness out of Epsilon. I mean, I don't know. Jockey was up on Pyro, went back to forward to try to get back in, and just stood at the door waiting to be let back in by Numlock. This is what happens when we have Danger Dogs against Epsilon. We're looking at 3 minutes 45. A slight advantage from the Danger Dogs team, but I haven't seen them win a whole lot of fights this match, CX, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, the round they got was a bit of a steal with a back cap. They're actually going to Uber in here. They're going to chase down one soldier while the other soldier goes straight in, and they kill 3, including Nox. Nox does not have Uber.
Forget what I said. Forget what I said about the fights.
Scouts running behind, though. They've got both scouts behind. There's no one on left. They're coming back now. Forsaken to kill 1. They're spamming the point. He's going to get it. Shocky has 5 health remaining. He steals the round. How did that work? Shocky ran past the soldier. Zoo ran past Kratos, but he had a chance to like get Skeege while their backs were turned, ran straight past him, ran straight for last. Eyes on the prize. He's going to get it with 5 HP remaining.
Tech rolling out Sniper to middle. I think that says a lot about this match. Kratos shut down at mid right off the bat. Callo going to come in, try to be aggressive. Mike is down low, and he's just kind of waiting for his time. Thomas going to do what he can. A couple players from Danger Dogs caught down low, and they're sending the player behind to try to focus down Mike. Meanwhile, Zuba's on point. He's going to jump and try to find some priority target. He gets taken out by Forsaken. Tech is down. He didn't get a snipe. So if you're a Tech fan, A ton Masquige, Zoop down. This is not good for Danger Dogs as an easy mid for Epsilon. And again, situation where I think they're just going to want to try to get the 5-win difference here.
Yeah, looks like they're moving in for it right now. Thomas is on Sniper. He's up top, getting that fully charged shot. If Nox tries to walk top, he might walk straight into the sight line, but he's just dancing around point. I don't think he's entered it. Thomas is moving forward. Headshots Mike. Not gonna get anything off of it, but here's the shot. Lets him know he's there. And now Epsilon looks like they just want to walk in. Looks like they're going to be the classic Roma Sniper Uber. Mike goes in, gets a lot of damage. Tech doesn't get a single headshot. Forsaken's killed 2 people meanwhile, completely separate to all this nonsense. Mike's going to go in on the point. Forsaken gets another one. They're just going to clean everyone up now, and this game will end.
Finally.
Thankfully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Got there. It got there.
In the end, it is Epsilon eSports taking that one. Nobody's that surprised, although, you know, toward the start of this one, there were maybe some questions. There was a lot of good back and forth on the first map, CX, and maybe less so on the second map, Gully Wash. It seems like you get to a certain point where players start throwing in the towel, you know?
Yeah, well, they kind of know they've won, so they're just going to have a bit of fun as they, you know, drag themselves over the finish line.
I keep saying in the past couple casts, I've been wondering maybe Valve could add a forfeit option to TF2. What do you think?
Maybe.
All the players agree to just give it up, and we don't have to sit here and watch it. But at any rate, it was fairly entertaining. There were some nice, fun moments, including, you know, a sniper leading an Uber, which is a classic Gully Wash move.
That back tap was pretty fun. Both back taps, you know.
Well, they were back tap. Easy for me to say. They were back
first time
attempts. I mean, what are our thoughts on that? Any thoughts?
I mean, it's certainly clear from this that Epsilon are a better team than Danger Dogs.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we didn't have the Epsilon comms for that, but I feel like if we did, we wouldn't have heard a whole lot of a serious comms.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they were taking it, you know, with the greatest of gravity.
Having a laugh.
Yeah.
They were taking the piss, as they say.
As people occasionally say in England, yes.
Yeah, occasionally. So that's actually not all the TF2 that we have for you guys.
Thankfully.
Yeah, we've got another match coming up right now, in fact. Want to mention as well that if you are a Danger Dogs fan, guess what? We've got you covered. Team Fortress TV 2 right now is going to be casting the second Danger Dogs match. They're facing Reason Gaming over on TFTV 2. I believe they have Mumble Comms, by the looks of it. It's Ryushi and Beater and Onkaya partying down for that one. But we're sticking with you guys right here on teamfortress.tv. We thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're going to have Epsilon versus Lego right now. Lego, obviously, pretty hype.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard Getawhale, but they obviously beat TLR previously. So, you know, not just beat them as well, like, you know, like, oh, it was a really close game, could have gone either way, a lot of luck going, you know.
A big win.
Just stomped them, you know, like, just at the point where you were kind of watching it, and it was really exciting because the underdogs, like, smashing them, but it gets to the point, you know, during the second map where you almost feel a bit sorry for TLR just watching them get stomped, you know, by the underdog. But obviously, Lego coming off of that, you know, consistently getting points. I think they won their week 1 game as well against Danger Dogs, admittedly, but a win's a win.
They all look the same on the tables to me.
Yeah, it's the same amount of points for beating Danger Dogs as for beating Epsilon. No system where you get more points for beating. It's not ELO. You don't get more points for beating a better team.
ELO, no.
No ELO.
I mean, Lego are sitting, they're in a 3-way tie right now, top of the tables. Them, Reason Gaming, and Full Tilt. Looking pretty good. Full Tilt, well, I mean, Lego haven't dropped a map, as we said. Full Tilt actually dropped a couple, but sitting there with their 12 points. So this should be a lot closer, TF2, which I think is a relief for all of us.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see how much of what, you know, those mistakes we kind of pointed out from Epsilon, how much of that was just because they weren't taking it seriously, you know, like, they were just kind of like, we're Epsilon, they're Danger Dogs. Let's push.
Well, I mean, hopefully they can get serious, and I think that most top teams in the world, if they're playing crazy, like, you know, if they're just taking the piss, I think they can turn on serious mode then. So I have no worries that Epsilon will be able to turn that mode on, hit the button, play good again, But it'd be interesting to see. I mean, maybe some people might have been questioning. They're playing with 2 mercs, although one is
essentially on the team. Yeah, like Chucky's on the team.
But you know, I mean, they looked fine to me. Forsaken playing great. He had a fantastic 2 maps and
really good KD on both of them. Like pretty much 30 to 10 on both maps.
So I'm not really seeing any weaknesses or chinks in the armor from Epsilon. So I mean, this should be good as we're waiting for the players are just kind of warming up right now and doing their thing.
Yeah, should we go to a short break while we wait for, Epsilon? Epsilon will probably take their time, just coming off the back of one official.
Boil the kettle.
Ready for the next. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone go boil the kettle. We'll take a quick breather here, and we'll be back shortly to bring you LEGO versus Epsilon. Sound good?
Sounds good.